Tonight we're going to bring up AnitaCrackinstuff. Hailing from Minnetonka, Minnesota, Anita was deemed a Providence sweetheart by PVD Talent, which she did not win. She is Big Nazo's biggest fan, got to carry the bullhorn in the St. Patrick's Day Parade, helped the library parade for Hairbrained, choreographed the RISD Creature Creation class, coached Patriots cheerleaders at a festival, and loves being an ambassador between Big Nazo and the URI Feinstein Downtown Daycare. Anita loves public art, and she runs for the fun of it, if you know what she means. Let's bring up AnitaCrackinstuff.
I would also dance for you, but it wasn't twerking, if you know what I mean. So I guess my introduction said my name and whatnot. I started originally running for the health of it in January 2017 for a number of reasons. Not my cholesterol, not my blood pressure, and not because of how I look, because I love myself so much I want to marinate myself, if you know what I mean. This is just a separate thing. If any of you or my new friends are willing to help me after Pecha Pokemon Mama ends, I have to record an audition date for a unnamed network on the West Coast, if you know what I mean. Oh, and I really love public art. I'm partial to the art in which I am allowed to climb. I met a student from Brown University who dressed like that particular statue for not one, not two, but like 4 Halloweens in a row. And I'm usually aggravated by children. I find them to be very unorganized and petty, and they always talk behind my back, if you know what I mean. But I do like Fable Forest and this particular well-dressed Halloween person. By the way, happy birthday, Eva.
Thank you.
These students followed directions most of the time, so I tolerated them for a while at URI Downtown Daycare. They go to the park and let me play on the toys with them, so that's always good for my adrenaline and mood, if you know what I mean. So I'm usually the alpha in a crowd of people, but around puppies, I've learned that's Sebastian. He's about 102 pounds now, and a great tattoo artist right there, Valerie. But dogs, you know, tend to be slightly dubious of the smell of my skin, if you know what I mean. I'm not into dress codes, but I am into positive body affirmation and thinking. So at the Virginia Tattoo Convention, I was there to, you know, assure them that fluorescent lighting is great for a bikini contest. And that it's, you know, it's good for their heart to have the chilly atmosphere under the very vacuous lighting system. I'm a very good dancer. I often have to resuscitate my partners after we dance. And I'm just gonna take a break for a second on account of how my voice sounds. And I'm not pulling a Tanya Harding, if you know what I mean. That's gonna keep going.
Yeah.
It helps me change my mood. It builds my confidence. The blood starts flowing. I can calm down a bit. It's better for me. Sometimes I get stuck, if you know what I mean. Oh, hi. You know, I'm very partial to my own self-image. You know, my visual, how I look. Okay? And Gilda Radner once said, enough about me. What do you think about me? And what I think is that I help de-escalate, kind of like whatever, Avenue Concept, public stress, tension, and it generally attracts friends. I have many Facebook friends, and I may or may not have given birth to this judge. I told her to quit while she was ahead, if you know what I mean. I thought about competing that day, and instead they had me do a little jig. Canada,
You know, the Prime Minister of Canada can plank, if you know what I mean. And this was after a show in Montreal, and that's how quickly I make friends. We're all Facebook friends, if you know what I mean. And you know, those children were especially well behaved, so I tolerated them for the photo. These are some alien creatures, and you know, I tend to be available to help comfort people if they're feeling uneasy, you know, online or on public transportation, or right here near Kennedy Plaza where there's a very cool art display. Bingo, you know, bingo is a hardcore game, so I try to sneak into the game very inconspicuously as possible. And I usually do my de-escalation technique in order to be calm and inconspicuous upon arrival, if you know what I mean. Since they're here, I will say Avenue Concept did a great job with this. People who walk by in less than you know, positive moods tend to change the way that they feel. And if they've just missed their bus or whatnot, you know, this public art installation just makes the world a better place in many ways, especially in Providence, Rhode Island. Oh, Ed Alberta, the librarian at the South Community Library, invited me to come to many parties. And I usually can make it if I'm not in Minnesota. The Tropicals are not only very regimented dancers, but they also are willing to occasionally give beauty tips, and they're very, very civilized backstage, which doesn't happen everywhere, if you know what I mean. This took a lot of air to blow up, and I hope they never turn the lamp on, because I think the whole thing would probably spontaneously combust, if you know what I mean. So on that day, I did not climb that piece, but I did meet the Brown University movement class. And my goodness, there's nothing like a snowfall to cleanse the whole city. So I'm AnitaCrackinstuff. I need to have my fake judges come up on stage after PechaKucha Pokemon Mama says goodbye. Congratulations on your 9th anniversary. It's a well-oiled machine, as you said, and yeah, I'm collateralization personified. Thank you.